Financial Wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Franti.
Well, happy Saturday again from the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, located right here in Newhall. And actually, we are recording this from our beautiful Vault Media Studios, located right at Skyline Home Loans. You can check it out and enter the Vault Media Studio, because the only way you can enter the Vault, because you don't have a key, is go to donandgino.com, DONANDGINO.com. Click on the live streaming button, and voila, you enter the Vault. You see our very handsome Carlos Villalobos joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the always muy guapo Gino Franti.
You just say that because Lisa made me get a haircut this weekend.
Yeah, you're looking very sharp, very sharp. We appreciate you always joining us. We've been doing this for over 4.5 years. As you can attest, we'll show you our bank statements. We don't get paid for this. We do this because we love to share information. That's our goal. When you get to a certain place in your career of helping people, this is the best way we found, is to reach out to you every Saturday, bring great professionals such as Carlos Villalobos and our whole group of professionals at America's Professional Resource Group. Find out more by going to aprgi.com. We even have a daily blog now, a national blog, that basically for 2 to 3 minutes a day will give you updates on what's really happening, not what the media spins, but really happening in the real estate and financial world, so you're in the know, because we follow trends, not reports. It's a big difference. You can get that information by texting NREC to 58885. That's NREC to 58885. So let's get back to it. Mr. Carlos Villalobos Insurance, because he's got great information, as always. We were just talking about the importance of having renter's insurance and so many other facets that can protect you on. It's not just your personal belongings. It's so much more, and especially you were just mentioning that even your business, if you run a business out of your apartment, your home.
Yeah, that would be excluded. So you need to make sure you have a rider attached to your renter's policy to cover your in-home business.
Yeah, I mean, imagine like a DJ, right? Maybe has $10,000 of equipment or $15,000 of equipment in his place.
Yeah, or even somebody that writes books. He might have his inventory in the apartment.
I love when he came and Carlos was handling our insurance for our location here at Skyline, and he hadn't been in our new custom-built studio that cost us lots and lots of money, and he goes like, I don't believe I have this insured, boys.
But would you rather hear that or hear nothing? It's not covered?
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. It would kill us.
You know, that's ultimately what people need to realize about insurance. It's not one size fits all.
No.
It's a la carte. Yeah,
it's definitely a la carte. And the more you get into it, the more you realize that not one policy fits all clients. You have to make sure that you know what they're doing.
Very important. All right, let's talk about two subjects we want to share with you, because you might not know about motorcycle insurance. You cover that, right?
Yes, we do motorcycle insurance. We have about 7 carriers that will do that, anywhere from a street bike to a Harley, motorcycle that costs $1,000, or some of them are up to $80,000.
Wow.
So, we can insure that for full coverage, comp and collision, or just liability if you're just concerned about hitting somebody.
And I love it because for a long time I've been doing dirt bikes, as everyone knows, since I was a little kid, and racing professional motocross my whole life. I could not get my dirt bike actually insured until the last few years, which was a real bummer. A lot of us, unfortunately, have that happen where your bike gets stolen out of the back of your truck or out of your campsite, and you're out of luck, period. But now I'm insured for pennies on the dollar, and I don't even have to worry about it, and I love that.
That is correct. I mean, motorcycle insurance has been around forever. You may not have been aware of it, right. But if all you had to do is pick up the phone, call me.
So yeah, I didn't.
I would have helped you out.
That's why we have this show, Carlos.
So now I'm going to
inform a lot of you out there.
So now I'm going to digress a little bit, but in a related field. So what if I have a boat? You know, I think a lot of people ignore that, and that's fairly easy to steal. It's on a trailer with wheels already.
Yeah, if we do boat insurance as well. Any type of recreational vehicle, whether it be a boat, a moped, anything that you have a value that you want to protect, they can be insured. Just a matter of getting a quote. Very simple.
Hey, well, how can they do that? Let's go ahead and jump into that, because a lot of them are going, I need to get a quote from Carlos.
All you have to do is call our office at 255-8282. We're here in Santa Clarita for the last 25 years.
Say that again?
255-8282.
Or you can go to Carlos Villalobos Insurance. You got a nice new nice website there with a lot of great information on it.
We do. You can check the website at the letter V as in Victor, the word insurance spelled out at, I drew a blank all of a sudden. I don't go on my website.
Just carlosvinsurance.com, right?
That is correct.
All right. Okay, another subject I love talking about now because a lot of you out there, I'm sure like me, and Gino now, he's now a homeowner, he's going to look into it, is that debate over earthquake insurance. Do I get it, do I not? And we all know, I'm not going to jinx it, but we're overdue. It's been, a long time since we've had our last big one.
I'm not too worried about you jinxing it. The Rock just made millions of dollars releasing a movie called San Andreas. So
that we live on?
Yeah, so okay. I think if anyone jinxed it, we'll blame it on The Rock.
Oh, thank goodness. A lot more people saw his
than
are listening to our show.
Yeah.
So the key is that there's a point where, is it worth it or can I afford it? It was so expensive initially to just basically that 15% deductible on the entire value of your home, correct?
Correct. And it's still expensive if you're going to go with a full-blown earthquake policy. But there are options now. You can do a limited coverage. In other words, just protect a percentage of your dwelling. You can go a participation where the carrier will pay 1%, you'll pay another percent, which really reduces the rates.
Oh, it made it more cost-effective for me, and maybe also not so afraid of the deductible, because my deductible, because it's now based on the amount of insured. Sure.
That is correct. The side of that is that you're only covered up to so many dollars.
Right.
But as a consumer, then you can make that decision, and something is better than nothing.
Oh yeah, I felt, I don't know, mine's 150 or 250, but I thought if it's more damage than that, I got bigger problems. But at least if it's minor, just some structural damage and a lot of personal property that gets damaged, I can actually replace that for what I feel is a nominal fee to replace it.
That's
correct.
What
I think. I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, I think it's the first $50,000 that we're all most worried about, right?
Right.
Gosh, what if it's small enough that I don't really want to get a FEMA loan and I still want to keep my house, but I got all this stuff. I don't want my house to just be torn up. So it's like the first little bit that you have to get, and then you can opt to increase it as your budget increases as well, right?
Absolutely. The earthquakes are on an annual basis, so you can make changes. We have a policy that you can go all the way down to 2.5% of the dwelling amount. It's not cheap, but some people like that. Some people like to have a 25% deductible because they figured, okay, if it's that bad, then I really need them.
Oh, that's a good point. What I love, Carlos, and this is something you should look into because you helped me a lot by giving me all the options. You broke it out, and then we kind of narrowed it down a little bit. And then you said, okay, what are my options based on that? Here's your deductible. Here's the amount if you want this much coverage versus this much coverage versus this down payment or deductible. And I was able to basically customize my own earthquake insurance, which I couldn't do before.
Absolutely, it's brand new in the market. I mean, it's only been out for less than a year. I don't think too many agents here in Santa Clarita know about it. But if you'll call our office at 255-8282, we'll help you out.
Hey, and I think there was like 100 trimmers in Fillmore last week.
As a matter of fact, we thought that was the start of a major one. We were ready, but nothing happened.
All right. So, okay, reach out to Carlos for renter's insurance. We didn't talk about landlord insurance, but
I'll just touch for 2 seconds on landlord's insurance. I can't tell you how pleasant it was when I had a flood to know that rent was coming in even though the unit was vacant. It was a beautiful thing.
That is absolutely true. So you have a good policy because some landlords don't have that coverage.
It's required by my lender, and thank you, Mr. Lender, for requiring it.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in to the Don Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. We're here with Carlos Villalobos Insurance. What we feel is by far one of the premier insurance professionals in Santa Clarita, and you can reach out to him by 255-8282, correct?
That is correct.
Or carlosvinsurance.com.
That is correct. You did a much better job than I did.
Located right on the old road, 25 years out here. And like I said, the best thing about reaching out to Carlos, it is what it is. He's not going to sell you anything. He's going to ask the right questions. He's going to make sure you're properly covered and make sure you understand your coverage and think about things you probably didn't even think of. You do with me all the time. Every time I call him, he's like, well, would you like this coverage because this will protect this? Or what about this? Have you thought about this? And you just enlighten me, and it's a great thing, and I appreciate that,
Well,
Carlos.
thank you. Thank you very much.
You have like 19 policies of mine, I think.
I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and count them now.
I'll take the over-under on that.
All right. Well, we want to thank you for tuning into the Don and Gino Real Estate Invite every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Please check out our website. A wealth of information, a lot of great shows there. We've got over 700 videos now on our YouTube channel. Go to donandgino.com, DonAndGino.com. Also, sign up for our daily video blog. It gives you an update of what's going on in real estate and finances. Just text NREC to the numbers 58885. That's NREC to 58885, and it lies on your phone. No spam, just great information. And check out our incredible website, also aprgi.com, which has the best professionals in town. Thank you again for joining us. Great job, Gino.
Thank you so much, Don, and have a great weekend.
All right. Thanks, Carlos.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. We'll be with you next week.